so much for being here with us tonight at Echo Base TV, where community happens. Echo Base Network. Thank you so much for being here with us tonight at Echo Base TV, where community happens.
Holy.
Welcome back. Mexican Iron Man is here with us on a very special EBN cast. It is Friday, guys, and oh my God, do we have some news to hit today. All right, so first off,
I'm only here to talk about KK and what an amazing producer she is, and what the and the amazing contributions that she's brought to the Star Wars universe. Thank you.
Yeah, well, Mike, on top of all that, so Mike's been busy. He's been working, so he is not familiar with the Matt Belloni clapback at the Deadline KK interview, which we're going to hit today. Also, breaking news: Star Wars, Disney's potentially looking at selling Star Wars. This literally broke 15 minutes ago.
What?
Film Threat has broke this news. Is a possibility of something that's going on. And also, number 3, which we typically don't do on this channel, political stuff, but Zelenskyy just got destroyed by Trump. And we are 100% hitting that. Mr. H is here to join us as well on this freaking awesome Friday of tons of insane, crazy news that's going on, guys. This is going to be nuts. But first, I'm going to go around. Everybody, introduce yourselves. Let everybody know where they can find you, what you got going on, and then we'll do the same thing at the end. Mr. H, how you doing? What's going on, brother?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Just sort of got back and messing about with a car. So, but I'm here.
Yep, Mike, how you doing? Good.
I've been on a news blackout since last night at 10 o'clock. Last thing I heard, because I've been so busy with tax crap. Last thing I heard, KK said that she's staying, and all you YouTubers need to appreciate her for the contributions to Star Wars. And anybody that does otherwise is a meanie face poo-poo head. And yeah, you guys need to sit down and you need to appreciate everything she's done for us as fans. So I'm here to let everybody know that they need to zip it and show some appreciation for the white girl. Yeah, hashtag Team Karen with the white girl Star Wars. Hashtag. Hey Nate, what's up, buddy? Long time no stream.
Long time no stream. How you doing?
Loki, how's it going, brother?
No one warned me it would be like this. The last thing I heard, Nick was like, "Oh well, I think it's just gonna be you and me, Loki, and then these guys, two guys show up."
Yeah,
holy crap! I'm doing good.
Well, after I saw the Trump Zelenskyy stuff, I was like, God, I gotta see if Nate's available to jump in here for this. Because we're gonna start this off at the top of the show real quick. Big shout out to GraphWeb for $2. Hashtag cancel Disney Plus. Hell yeah, brother. Cancel Disney Plus if you guys got it. Stop paying for garbage. I have never ever subscribed to Disney Plus, and I never will. But anyways, let's get into this right here. Oh my God, guys. This was a shellacking by the Trump administration to Zelenskyy. If you guys are pay attention to politics and stuff, I highly suggest you guys go watch this full thing. We're just going to look at 2 clips here from this meeting, and I want to get y'all's thoughts on this. This is the first one.
I'm talking about the kind of diplomacy that's going to end the destruction of your country.
Yes, but if you are
Mr.
not
President,
strong...
Mr. President, with respect, I think it's disrespectful for you to come into the Oval Office and try to litigate this in front of the American media. Right now, you guys are going around and forcing conscripts to the front lines because you have manpower problems. You should be thanking the president for trying to bring an end to this conflict.
Have you ever been to Ukraine that you say what problems we have?
I have been to.
Come once.
I've actually watched and seen the stories, and I know what happens is you bring them on a propaganda tour, Mr. President. Do you disagree that you've had problems bringing people into your military?
We have problems.
And do you think that it's respectful to come to the Oval Office of the United States of America and attack the administration that is trying to prevent the destruction of your country?
A lot of questions. Let's start from the beginning.
Sure.
First of all, during the war, everybody has problems. Even you, but you have nice ocean and don't feel now, but you will feel it in the future. God bless. God bless. You will not.
Wait, what did this guy say? Wait, pause. Time. Wait. Time. Pause. Wait, what?
He said you will feel it very soon. You may not feel it now because you have great big ocean between you, but you will feel it soon.
This has got to be some AI bullshit.
No.
Nate, did this actually happen, Nate?
Yeah, I tweeted about it. It legit happened. Yeah.
All right, sorry, I'll shut up and watch.
All right.
I thought this was a joke because I'm coming in hot live.
You're in no position to dictate that. Remember this.
You're
in no position to dictate what we're going to feel. We're going to feel very good.
Feel influence.
We're going to feel very good and very strong.
You will feel influence.
You're right now not in a very good position. You've allowed yourself to be in a very bad position, and he happens to be right about it.
From the very beginning of the war.
You're not in a good position. You don't have the cards right now. With us, you start
I'm
having
not playing
cards.
cards.
Right now, you
I'm
don't.
very
Yeah, you're playing
serious,
cards.
Mr. President.
You're
I'm
playing
very
cards.
serious.
You're gambling
I'm the
with the
president
lives of
anymore.
millions of people.
You think
You're gambling with World War III.
What you're
You're
speaking about?
gambling with
What are you
World
speaking
War
about?
III. And
Yeah.
what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country, this country.
I'm
It's
with
back
all
to you.
respect to your
Far
country.
more than a lot of people said
I'm wearing
they
respect.
should have.
Have you said thank you once?
A lot
Entire
of
meeting?
times.
No, in this
Even
entire meeting,
today.
have you said thank
Even
you?
today.
You went to Pennsylvania and campaigned for the opposition in October. Offer some words of appreciation for
What-
the United States
what
of
you're speaking
America
about?
and the president who's trying to save your country.
Really quick, Mike, that face you made when
Yeah.
you were covering your hands over your face, that was their ambassador to the US on the sidelines. There's a picture of her going, "Oh my God, I can't believe this. Oh no. Yeah.
Oh man, it was insane. So that was the first clip.
What are you saying?
She's asking
The
what
Zelensky guy. Okay, why isn't he even in a suit?
Anything.
Huh?
He's not even fucking wearing a suit.
No.
Oh, dude, he got questioned that's another. I'm not gonna play that clip because I want to move on to other stuff in this. But watch the whole thing. They actually asked him that. Why aren't you wearing a suit? And he's like, "Oh, I have problems. Maybe one day I'll get a suit, maybe nicer than yours.
After
or
war.
maybe
After war.
yeah, maybe cheaper than yours, you know." And he just kind of like rolled his eyes, you know. And as soon as he showed up, Trump was like, "Oh, look, he's all dressed up today." Like, so before it even started, before this meeting even started, Trump was already on this dude's ass, man. It was hilarious. But here's the second clip and we'll talk about it.
What if a bomb drops on your head right now? Okay? What if they broke it? I don't know. They broke it with Biden because Biden, they didn't respect him. They didn't respect Obama. They respect me. Let me tell you, Putin went through a hell of a lot with me. He went through a phony witch hunt where they used him and Russia. You ever hear of that deal? That was a phony Hunter Biden, Joe Biden scam. Hillary Clinton, Shifty Adam Schiff. It was a Democrat scam. And he had to go through that. And he did go through it. We didn't end up in a war. And he went through it. He was accused of all that stuff. He had nothing to do with it. It came out of Hunter Biden's bathroom. It came out of Hunter Biden's bedroom. It was disgusting. And then they said, oh, the laptop from hell was made by Russia, the 51 agents. The whole thing was a scam. And he had to put up with that. He was being accused of all that stuff. All I can say is this. He might have broken deals with Obama and Bush, and he might have broken them with Biden. He did, maybe. Maybe he didn't. I don't know what happened. But he didn't break them with me. He wants to make a deal. I don't know if you can make a deal. The problem is, I've empowered you to be a tough guy. And I don't think you'd be a tough guy without the United States. And your people are very brave. But you're either going to make a deal or we're out. And if we're out, you'll fight it out. I don't think it's going to be pretty, but you'll fight it out. But you don't have the cards. But once we sign that deal, you're in a much better position. But you're not acting at all thankful. And that's not a nice thing. I'll be honest, that's not a nice thing. All right, I think we've seen enough. What do you think? Huh? This is going to be great television. I will say that.
Yeah. Fuck this guy.
We'll see what we can do about putting it together.
So those are just two sound bites out of this insane, crazy meeting that they had today. I thought it was hilarious and freaking awesome. I thought it showed strength on Vance and Trump's part. The American people are tired of funding this war. Everybody wants a peace deal, but Zelenskyy just seems to. I don't know what he's thinking. But Trump's literally like cutting the money flow and the weapons flow off. He's done. Nate, thoughts on all this today?
So, yeah, I mean, this was kind of inevitable, to be honest.
Yeah.
And Trump's completely, wherever you sit on Ukraine and Russia, Trump is completely correct in what he says, is that you are gambling with World War III. Ukraine has been propped up by the West, America, UK, Europe, and when all their men die, okay, which will happen, what then? Right? What then? If you don't get a deal before all their men die, then what's going to happen then? Is that then the West committing to sending our own troops there? Then that is actually World War III.
Yeah.
And that's, no more people need to die at the end of the day. And I've done several pieces, about this on various podcasts, like Lotus Eaters or the State of Politics channel, all these kind of things. And it all goes back to the plain simple thing, is that ultimately no more people have to die. Like we can just stop that, right? We can stop the potentially millions of people being killed. And so it's not about being on the side of Ukraine or Russia. It's about being on the side of humanity. People don't need to die. And this is an insane war anyway. It was insane from the very start. The only reason, and Trump again was completely, you don't have to love Trump. You don't have to love Trump to know that he's saying the truth, but you do have to be objective about it. Is that without the West's involvement, this whole thing wouldn't have carried on for the years that it has. And this guy has been panhandling around the world, and it is infuriating. Like, it is infuriating. We've given billions. We can barely, fix our own infrastructure here, and yet we're giving billions of pounds away. It's just absurd. People have had enough because there's no end goal in sight. There's no one has specified what winning looks like, right? No one has said what winning looks like. And then the first sign of a deal, people are like, nope, can't have a deal. That's not good enough. Well, then what is good enough, right? What is actually good enough? What will get people to be happy that there's a win here and that people can stop being killed? Because the Ukrainians are sick of it. He's been polling very, very low in Ukraine. I mean, my thoughts overall is this needed to happen. It'll be very interesting and fascinating to see how Europe responds to this. Tragically, I believe they're going to double down, and it will push us further towards geopolitical instability. And if they double down, it's dangerous stuff. Again, you're gambling with a world war. But yeah, sorry, I rambled a lot there.
Yeah, no. So also in this meeting, after I don't think you guys saw this, but Zelenskyy calls Vice President J.D. Vance a bitch on yeah. So yeah. So
Does it actually?
Yeah. Here. I'm gonna show you guys this.
Tisk.
I'm gonna show you guys this.
I have been to. I've actually watched and seen the stories, and I know what happens is you bring them on a propaganda tour. I've actually watched and seen the stories, and I know what happens is you bring them on a propaganda tour.
So there's that too. Yeah.
So this is the famous leader that all these Democrats and all these European leftists want to put our 200 billion. I mean, Nate, you guys in the UK, you're in for at least 5-10 billion last time I saw, right?
Pardon?
I think your country alone is in for about 5 billion, maybe 10 billion alone, right?
I know it's way more than that.
Oh wow. Okay, I wasn't sure.
Yeah, it's way more than that. It's more.
It's like 100 billion, isn't it?
It's ridiculous sums of money. It's way. It's more than.
Okay, so most of the EU money has actually come from the UK. Then, like you guys, so it's really when they give the the EU number, most of that money's come from the UK for this thing.
I have no idea. They've been getting loads of money.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Loads
The US is in for 350 billion. I think the UK was in for around 100, and the rest of the European Union, I think, was around 2. So
I was just
you're looking at 3, 4, 5. I mean, you're looking at literally almost $700 billion.
Almost $1 trillion.
Yeah, that this country has gotten from people. And for what? There's been it's still in the same state it was 4 years ago. Mike,
Without the West, this was
yeah,
never. Russia was never going to lose without the West. The
no,
West has to put boots on the ground. That's the only way Russia loses this. That was inevitable from the very start.
yeah,
And nothing has happened. Russia has claimed about 20% of Ukraine.
yeah,
Well done, guys. You're winning. And it's not to say that Ukraine deserves any. This isn't a good versus evil narrative, right? That's juvenile. That's a very juvenile outlook on war. This is
Yeah.
no good versus evil, right? There were provocations on both sides. The idea is clearly defining what winning looks like. Okay, do that first. Is Russia going to give up the land? Probably never. No, they've got it now. So at the end of the day, it's a case of just stopping the murders, stopping people being blown to smithereens by fucking drone warfare.
And when did that stop being enough? When did that stop? I've heard people compare this to Poland in World War II. I've heard all these comparisons where, what if this was Germany? What if this was this? It has nothing to do. It has absolutely nothing to do with that. Right now, the most humane thing to do is go, no more. And if they're willing to stop and you're willing to stop, then it stops. If one side is not willing to stop, the whole world doesn't need to get thrown in the trash because one tiny percent of it decides we don't want to stop fighting a fight that we're going to lose no matter what.
Yeah, and that's basically what Trump wanted. He wants a ceasefire, and Zelensky's like not really having it. Mike, thoughts on all this?
Dude, my thought is we shouldn't care. Look, my day-to-day life is that I've got American businesses that are struggling to get loans to keep their businesses alive and keep jobs going in the United States. So when I see hundreds of billions of dollars being spent on this shithole asshole moron in Ukraine and all these leftist weirdos talking that we need to be spending hundreds of billions of dollars in Ukraine, all of you can go fuck yourselves if you think that we need to be spending money on this shit versus investing in our own countries. And that includes the United Kingdom, all of the Commonwealth, frankly, as well as the United States. From Europe all the way over.
Yeah. No, I agree. All right. Well, I don't want to spend a lot of time. Just wanted to get y'all's quick thoughts because this was pretty hot out on social media today. It has been going super viral. And here on EBN Cast, guess what? We can talk whatever the fuck we want to talk about. It doesn't have to just be Star Wars.
Well, my blood pressure's up.
Yeah. But the second, did any of you guys have anything else you wanted to add on this Trump Zelensky stuff before we moved on?
Just that, unless you want a world war, winning is Ukraine, this ceasefire. That's all it is, right? Unless you want a world war, realistically, Ukraine will just get destroyed unless there's a ceasefire. Yeah,
and Trump kicked him out of the White House. And now all the White House staffers are eating all their lunches that they got for Ukraine and all their staff that came today. So they're basically all getting a free lunch while Zelensky and all his people freaking kicked rocks. But yeah, this is what we voted for. And this is what strength looks like. Ain't no fucking around no more. And I'm loving every minute of it. Moving on, guys. All of you have heard the news that KK, Matt Belloni from Puck dropped the news. He had 3 separate sources that told him Kathleen Kennedy's leaving. Then, of course, we got the breaking news last night of the interview.
I have a bridge. I have a bridge to sell you.
Yeah. Well, this response from Matt Belloni, I don't know if you guys have seen this today, but he dropped this today over on Puck. Of course, it was behind a paywall to get the 14-month free trial just to be able to get this article. But anyways, Kennedy contorts around confirming her exit. I don't usually descend into lame back and forth with trade reporters, but this one is particularly amusing. Deadline's Mike Fleming, who's the one who did the interview with Kathleen Kennedy that dropped last night, who never saw a anal cavity he couldn't burrow inside, did a hilariously psychophantic interview with Kathleen Kennedy after I broke the news on Monday that the Lucasfilm president will announce her exit by the end of the year. It was quite something. Addressing the news, Kennedy basically confirmed it, saying that she and Disney and Alan Bergman have a plan for succession at Lucasfilm with every intention of making an announcement months or a year down the road, which is exactly what I reported. It'll be months, not a year, he puts in parentheses. But instead of acknowledging the confirmation, Fleming attacked me personally and bizarrely claimed I had reported that Kennedy was retiring. Stupid. In fact, I wrote that Kennedy will continue to produce, maybe with her husband, Frank Marshall, which she also confirmed. I will die making movies, she said, foreshadowing her post-Lucasfilm plans.
Yeah.
Already wasted too much space on this. Kennedy's exit announcement will come sometime later this year. We will move on, and Fleming will embarrass himself on other topics. One influential figure at Penske Media, which owns Deadline, already reached out to me to apologize for Fleming's behavior. Partial blame here goes to Kennedy's personal publicist, Simon Halls, who's been busy this week spinning journalists that Kathy's timetable is all speculative. And there's nothing new here and more BS like that, which has popped up in some articles. Now, in Kathy's own words, we know Monday's news was accurate and she's planning out her exit. Thanks, Mike. So there you have it. He got this from 3 sources. He clapped back at that interview, basically saying it was spin, and that basically she confirmed that she is leaving, and there's talks of her successor and all that sort of stuff. Who knows when it's actually going to happen? Like I said from the beginning, when this first broke, I think we'll probably get an announcement at Celebration this year in Japan. I think it'll be official there. I mean, Matt Belloni even said in here, he said it'll be months, not a year, that he believes it'll be announced. I think that would probably be the time to do it, or maybe shortly after Celebration, but I think it'll be Celebration. And then we'll probably get maybe an announcement of who's taking over, probably maybe around D23 in August or so, and she'll probably be gone by October. But until it actually happens, it's not happening. But that's just the way I see it as of right now. Nate, thoughts on this clapback and all this crazy back and forth?
Yeah, sorry, my dog was about to chew a live wire. This little absolute rapscallion.
Hey, there he is, Jasper.
No, that's Cece.
Oh, that's Cece. Oh, are they the same breed?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, same breed. Right, yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I covered this today as well, and yeah, I mean, she just confirms it. It's so bizarre how Deadline have tried to frame it as, oh, he's talking shit when they literally ask her straight up. So, are you leaving then? Oh, I don't know yet. It's like,
yeah, yeah.
And then again, like earlier in the article, when she says, yeah, we'll announce it months or maybe a year. It's like, right. So that's this year then, isn't it? Like, this is not a win for Deadline. It makes Deadline look incredibly bad. It makes them look absolutely awful. And yeah, there was no, all this did was confirm that she was leaving. That's all it did. It just confirmed why there's been so many rumors, right? Because she's been planning it for a while. She confirmed that in the interview. Yeah, we've been planning it out for years. So, right, okay then. So that makes perfect sense. People have heard she's looking for a retirement and a replacement. No one ever said she was retiring permanently. Just that she was retiring from Lucasfilm. God, fucking Deadline. Terrible company. Terrible.
Yeah.
So embarrassing for them. Oh, there you go. Yep. That's my thought.
Yep, Mike.
I'm just look, dude. I'm just baffled by how much crap happened in the last 14 hours since I went to bed that I had no idea. I can't even, like, that's the first time I'm hearing about this too.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm with Nate. The deadline looks stupid. And frankly, so does CNN, but we already knew that. I mean, Deadline's an industry trade publication. They are supposed to be maybe not unbiased, but they're at least supposed to be. I mean,
they're not the National Enquirer.
Well, I'm just saying, but they're a trade publication. I mean,
Yeah.
Nate, what Nate said is like, because Deadline, when you're in Hollywood, look, I remember being when I was, they love this stuff. Like to them, that's their Twitter type of, the Hollywood Reporter, all these 3 trades magazines. So, KK definitely got big mad for sure. And boy, did she need to do a better job of this. This is just hilarious. I mean, this is hilarious. I mean, she literally is the analogy that I would draw is that she's that chick at the country club where she's showing up for like the annual pool party, the opening of spring, when the pool opens at the country club, like we have here in Hilton Head Island. And she shows up. Meanwhile, in the interim, everybody knows that she banged everybody's husband. She's a hoe, and her husband hired a detective, found out, everybody's seen the pictures, and she shows up at the party and she's like, oh no, I'm getting a divorce. I'm divorcing Henry. No, he's not divorcing. I'm divorcing Henry. Those are lies. Oh, Nate's got me turned on with this picture of Brie Larson, my girl. That's my girl.
It's not Brie Larson.
No, that's
Sydney Sweeney. God damn it.
Sydney Sweeney.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
Sydney Sweeney? Oh, I thought it was Brie Larson. See, my glasses are.
I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, and word it has it that her publicist Simon Halls, she basically got him to set this whole thing up. As soon as she saw all the trades and everybody breaking this news, she was apparently infuriated. And
this is clearly an emotional dumbass move. This is
okay, but what about the fact that we have seen this? It's like you who mentioned the Enquirer earlier, National Enquirer. How many times have you seen Sasquatch found in woodland area? How many times have you seen Survivor from the Titanic found 60 something years later? How many? I mean, it's like a yearly thing, right? That is what's been going on with KK rumors, Alex Kurtzman rumors, JJ rumors.
No.
All into the same thing. And it's like you've got years of they're getting fired, they're getting let go. This is gonna happen, that gonna happen. Can you blame anybody for going? No. And when has KK ever responded to any of these?
That's one of my 2. I'm pushing back on you in 2 regards, sir. 2 regards. One is that this is the first time she's ever pushed back like this.
I agree with that.
Right? So that is different.
That is different.
That's different. The second thing that's different is that the trade publications picked up on what Puck reported. The trade publications have never picked up on anything that fill in the blank said. Neurotic, Doomcock, WDW Pro, anybody who's a friend of mine. None of these guys, the trades have never picked up on any of the crap that we talk about on a daily basis. So the trades picked up on it because it was Matt. And the reason they picked up on it is because Matt used to work for one of these trade publications, which is the Hollywood Reporter.
And so there
are 2 unique differences.
And that's who everybody quoted.
Number 1 is that the trade publications picked up on it. And unique difference number 2 is that she responded. Those 2 differences in and of themselves make this what's happening now very different.
And everybody followed Hollywood Reporter. As soon as Hollywood Reporter said it, that's who they were quoting. But they weren't really quoting Puck. They were quoting the Hollywood Reporter quoting Puck. So this came from a source that has been wrong. Everybody's been wrong. Everybody that's ever said KK's getting fired, JJ's, any of them are getting fired.
Your analysis
has been wrong.
Your analysis, sir. I love you. You're my brother. Your analysis in this regard is A, too simplistic, and B, completely without intellectual nuance.
How can it be too simplistic if I agreed with you before you ever stopped? Before you ever said it, I said I agreed with you on that. I did.
Well, then don't offer up a simplistic analysis that's devoid of intellectual nuance related to the facts of what's happening now.
I just did. People
are Mediator has decided 1 point Valiant Renegade. That is a very, very valid argument. Okay.
Bring me some pizza rolls.
What you're really saying, Valiant, though,
May the force be with you. For me, to Puma. Wow, I just got WDW Pro'd by Nick. That was I just got you know what a WDW Pro is? It's like when you're in the middle of making a point and then you hit the video button to like shut them up. So I just got shut up. All right, I'll shut up.
Yeah, I was just having flashbacks of Rissman and Valiant Renegade going at it, where I was like pretending like I was like, because that's when we were getting crap from people saying, "No, I bet you're just living in your mom's basement." And I was like, "Ma, can you bring me some pizza rolls?" I was just sitting there with popcorn, a whole bucket of popcorn, sitting there while they're
me
going
and
back
Mike,
and
me and Mike have had this conversation a lot, especially behind the scenes, and that's where our passion and our this has got to stop, or that's where it all comes from. Is we have had this discussion many times about
Nate's laughing
rumors.
I'm laughing at everything.
Yeah. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Time will ultimately tell what's going to happen, and then we.
I think she admitted it.
Yeah. I mean.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. Yeah, she admitted it. She made herself look dumb in that. Yeah, she should have never said anything, and just
made Deadline look really, really, really dumb. Mainly.
Yeah, it really did.
Made them look terrible and also bitchy like little schoolgirls.
Yeah, exactly. Man, and they were going after Feige in that too. Apparently, I guess Feige wasn't really happy with that interview either. They're talking about he's about him taking over or whatever. Or apparently, Kathleen Kennedy and Feige don't like each other. I mean, who knows how true any of that is? But
I can believe that because remember he was not rumored. He was announced for a Star Wars movie, and then all of a sudden people were like, "No! He was never announced. He was never confirmed." It's like you literally announced that and confirmed it.
Yeah, on the official Star Wars channel. So yeah.
I think we all can agree that Kathleen Kennedy is the greatest producer in the history of cinema, though.
I bow to her.
Yeah, but nobody has ever gone to a movie because they're like, "Oh, you guys seeing that new KK produced movie? Oh, KK produced this. You guys gonna go see the new KK produced? Oh yeah. Everybody go to the theater." But there's been plenty of people that are like, "KK's involved in this. Count me out." She has more people that have not watched stuff because of her than have watched stuff because of her. That is a fact. That is 100% fact. Anyways, final thoughts on this before we move on to the next topic that's breaking today.
I'm good.
No. All right. Real quick, Israel R, $20 super chat. Hell to you, good sir. Thank you so much for that. Happy Friday, gents. KK's retirement announcement still doesn't inspire hope for Lucasfilm since the damage is already done. At this point, the whole thing is just drama for the sake of drama. Hashtag, dang it, Bob. Cheers. Hell to you, Israel. And yeah, you're not wrong. I mean, Lucasfilm is in shambles. When she does leave, she's basically going to leave, a pile of ashes behind her with Willow, Indiana Jones, and Star Wars. She's destroyed everything. The fandom is completely divided in multiple different directions, and they don't have enough people that are pro on their side of what they're doing to sustain it. And because of that, we are going to go into this next breaking news topic of what's happening. So
I can't handle any more breaking news. Jesus, I'm exhausted already.
Literally 20 minutes, 25, 30 minutes ago, this just broke from Film Threat. Breaking news.
What now?
Disney is trying to sell Star Wars.
What?
Yes. So this just broke right before I started this. I've not even watched this yet. So I don't know what Chris Gore or Alan have on this. But we know they have connections out there in LA. So let's watch this together and we'll get everybody's take on this.
Let's talk about what I have heard. I have heard some news, and we don't do gossip on this channel,
But
we react to things. We'll do commentary, but Alan and I both get a lot of information from people in the industry, a lot of information, and we know things. We don't want to betray those relationships, but I like to be very careful about breaking news because I don't want to turn into one of those gossip sites. But we hear things, and we speculate about things based on our knowledge of the industry. And I am told from a friend in the industry that Disney has been shopping Star Wars for sale. They have been shopping the brand. They've been putting feelers out for the last 7 months. Now, part of my purpose with sharing this information with you is that this will become a story and other sources will feel comfortable speaking about this. So this is from a friend who is not in the nerd space, not in the YouTube space, not a media person. This is a friend in the world of finance. So a trusted individual who says for 7 months, they have put feelers out about selling Star Wars. Now, it's unclear if they are selling Star Wars or they're selling Lucasfilm as part of Star Wars, or the whole thing. Is it the whole thing? I don't know. But this is what I've been told. And I want to put this story out there so that other sources will feel comfortable confirming this. Normally, when you talk about a news story, you have to have two sources to confirm. I am telling you, this is unconfirmed through one source from the world of finance that Disney is shopping Star Wars and or Lucasfilm. I'm not sure. I am asking for people who might have information to come forward and let us know. Now, can we speculate? What would this look like? They have a lot of things, irons in the fire. Star Wars is a category on Disney Plus, one of their most lucrative categories. Maybe that could be argued. But if Star Wars is for sale, is it the rights to the films? Are they parsing rights? As the rights for the Marvel properties is parsed among, it was, it's Sony. It used to be Fox, then they bought Fox. It's a lot of different relations. Even merch is kind of parsed out. Could this be a deal where they're parsing pieces of Star Wars, selling off, say, the merchandise or other pieces? I don't know. It could be very complex. Even if you're well aware that, Marvel even started, Iron Man was put out by Paramount. So rights can be parsed out. I feel this could be a good move. Maybe it's only the movies. Who knows? Alan, your speculation will go to your comments. And this is really a call for other people I know in the space who may have information to confirm that this is happening. Alan,
wow.
Go to chat.
Yeah, first, the chat wants to know.
You need to
from
pause
Sal.
it a little bit.
Second, Star Wars.
So we can actually just stop it there because Alan's just going to talk about. If you guys go sub to Film Threat, if you guys want to watch the whole video, I think we pretty much got there's only 3 minutes left, but I think we got the gist of it. This is basically came from one source. He hasn't got confirmation from anybody else, and he's basically putting this out there to get confirmation, and he doesn't know the specific details, if it's Lucasfilm as a whole or if it's just Star Wars. Is it merchandise? He's not sure. My quick thoughts on this.
No, I'm going last. I'm burned out from the other topics. You got to call me last on this one.
All right. So my quick thoughts on this is Lucasfilm doesn't make Disney money. If anybody can tell me where Lucasfilm is making them money, please tell me. Because if you look in the grand scheme, well, like you could maybe look at one thing and be like, hey, they made a profit on this one project. I'm talking about the whole scope from the time that they bought it to right now, the parks, the shows, the movies, the failed hotel. Add everything up and combine everything that they've made in the red. I don't think that anybody could really argue that at this point. So it gets to a point to where Disney's got to be like, what are we doing with this? Obviously, it's not making money for us, and maybe that we could potentially recoup our money and end up overall in the green with a profit by just selling it off. And maybe they are putting feelers out there to people. Who knows? Again, this has only come from one source. Chris Gore's trying to get confirmation on this, but I would love if somebody else would buy this, somebody that actually appreciated the properties that Lucasfilm holds, Willow, Indiana Jones, Star Wars, and actually retcon and destroy everything that Disney's done, put it under Disney canon, completely separate from George Lucas, the EU, all that. Somebody else take over. I find that to be really a far out there sort of thing of like, it's hard for me to see that actually happening. Because it's the property's just, they've done so much damage to it, it's just not worth that much right now. So it's going to come down to what they want to get for it versus what somebody wants to spend on it, and I just don't think, I think they'll ask too much money for it at the end of the day. Those are just my quick thoughts. Nate, thoughts on this news from Chris Gore?
I just simply don't believe it. And I don't believe it for a few reasons. Like, Disney's got far too much infrastructure built up for Star Wars and Lucasfilm and things like that now. Mm-hmm. I just don't believe it. Like, Chris Gore's a good source, but he's not right all the time. So yeah, I just simply don't believe this, I'm afraid. It would also be the dumbest time for them to sell. Remember, like, it is at its lowest point. So as much as Disney are, retarded, they're not that retarded. So they wouldn't be selling it, at its lowest point. They just simply wouldn't. So I just don't believe it. No, unfortunately. I think it's sensationalism, but
Loki
could be wrong, obviously, but I just don't believe it.
I agree with Mr. H. Disney is not in the red, right, Mike? Disney's not like losing money hand over fist constantly from parks and movies. So, I mean, what's their reason to do this? Are they being forced to do this? Is there something we don't know? Has the government said, listen, we're going to break you up. We're going to make you sell this or that? Apparently not. So we're not looking at anything like that. They love their toys too much and they don't want anyone else playing with their toys. Why would they do this? It does not make sense to me. I love Chris Gore. I think he's a great guy. Like Mr. H said, he's often right, but either maybe someone gave him bad information or something, but I don't see it happening.
Mike?
I'm in agreement with everything that just came out of the mouths of my colleagues, Loki and Nate. 100%. Sometimes, let me speak a little bit about the finance and shopping. Sometimes when you put a property, an asset out into the financial market, sometimes you want an asset valuation and you'll say that you want to sell it in order to get an asset valuation related to like lending or bonds or credit facilities. So there is a possibility that they have contacted financial sources to determine what it's worth, but that action could be being misinterpreted as a sale or a valuation. Hey, because a lot of times what people do is like they'll say, hey, what if I sold this thing? What would it be worth? But they're using that valuation as part of, okay, what's Lucasfilm worth if we were to sell it? Because they're trying to get a valuation on the entire company because they've got to get their bonds and their debt instruments reset, renegotiated, or they're applying for new corporate bonds or new debt instruments. So there's multiple reasons why you will sometimes say that you want a valuation for your business unit, and the nomenclature used most often is, if I were to sell this tomorrow, what would be the value of this business?
Well, just to add to that, just
So
real quick.
you know what I mean, Nate? You understand what I'm saying? It's a
No,
nuance. So the verbiage
just,
that Chris heard could be correct, but Nate, maybe it came out that way. What do you think?
what I was going to do is actually put both of the stories together then. So what if KK's exit package is tied to the performance of Lucasfilm under Disney? So they bought it for a valuation of, $4 billion, and then they need to get it valued again to see what. Do you see what I mean? Maybe it's that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because she will have an
that's
exit
a good
package.
point. Yeah, I'm not sure if details on her contract, but that would make sense. Like performance, because that actually happens.
No, I
a
don't.
lot.
No, dude. Stop thinking for 2 seconds that her contract was about performance. There is nothing. I mean, maybe from a gross sales standpoint, but not from net. I don't think.
Oh yeah.
I don't think
absolutely
those are
not.
connected. I think the most likely is what Nate just said. In fact, Lord Thoth, who's a buddy of mine who I know is also in finance, also thinks Nate makes sense. So yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I would love for them to sell it and it not be under Disney, but like I said, I think that's really far fetched. And I don't see it happening.
Nick, mechanically speaking, look, I know you've never been. We had this conversation at the house the other day. I know you've never been to Disneyland World, whatever, right? We had that convo.
Oh, you haven't?
No, but see, I'm going to make a point because Loki has, and I don't. Nate, have you ever been to Disney properties? Any of them?
No.
Europe? Anywhere?
No.
The thing is like when Nate made this point that I really want to highlight. When Nate says that this Star Wars brand is built into the infrastructure of Disney, I don't know how you would sell it. That's like telling me you're going to sell like certain walls of your house, but not the rest of the house, because there's rides, there's merch, there's
plus Lucasfilm is more than just the films and TV shows. ILM is also part of Lucasfilm, which has their hands in tons of stuff in Hollywood, even outside of Disney.
Yeah.
Lord also says that is why Mexican Iron Man is invaluable. We're money guys. I agree with him. Hell to you, Lord.
Biased.
Yeah, I sent him $5 on PayPal for that one in the back channel.
Money well spent.
Olaf, one of the greatest moderators here on YouTube, in the house. Mike, happy late birthday, amigo. Feliz cumpleaños. I don't speak Spanish.
Cumpleaños, bro.
No, okay.
Happy birthday.
Oh, yep, yeah. So those of you who did not know, Mexican Iron Man had a birthday yesterday. So happy late belated birthday to you, Mike. We didn't actually get out last night, but we're gonna go do something for his birthday tonight, make up for it.
Yep.
Yeah, fun times.
Oh, are you still? I didn't know that. I didn't know you were still over there.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, this is week 3. Nick's been out here. This is week number 3.
Yeah.
I threatened that I'm not going to let him leave because he's such a fucking. I know how to cook. Nick is just putting me to shame.
Hey.
Has
my freaking cooking skills not been on point, Mike?
Dude, let me tell you this much. I alone make women weep in the kitchen because Mexican Iron Man is Mexican Iron Chef. I throw down. Like I have never met or dated a woman that can outcook me in the kitchen. But if I were a chick, I would have already banged Nick. His cooking's that good. But I'm just saying.
Moving on.
Sorry, Nate. Love you, Nate. Sorry.
Moving on. Loki, what do you got for us today, brother?
Oh shit! Nothing that I have pulled up and ready. I was gonna bring up the fact that.
While you're doing that, Olaf says Nick makes better tacos than Mike can. Maybe not tacos, but nachos, yes. I'll put my nachos up against anybody's. But anyways, go ahead, Loki.
Monster Hunter Wilds came out just yesterday, and they've had like almost 1 million people playing in this game. It's
This has been one of those ones I've seen floating around out there that has been highly anticipated.
So you had 1.3 million people playing this morning, from what I saw, all at the same time. All of these Eastern studios, as of now, have been kicking the absolute crap out of Western studios. The Western studios are effing around and finding out. The Eastern studios, even though they have been, like Japan has been getting hit left and right because they're told, well, you can't have male, female body anymore. You have to have AB. And they don't understand why. They're just told, well, we can't sell your game in America if you don't have these type A, type B body types. Can't have male and female anymore. They're fighting back against that. They're pushing back against that. We saw that in Dragon Quest III. Even though, yes, you have the A and B body type, as soon as you click on one, it says you do understand this is the hero of the story, or this is the heroine of the story. Just because they don't say male and female doesn't mean they can't get their own little thing in. They don't understand why they're having to do this. They don't understand why they've been handcuffed, why they've had these rules put on them, why apparently Americans do not understand what male and female mean, or become offended by the term of male or female. And then we see this. We see 1.3 million coming out of Capcom. Capcom always hasn't had the best record for games, but what are we doing? What are we doing here? What is Sony of America doing? What is Xbox doing? What are any of the studios here doing? They're sending their employees to gender theory class. You've got the Swiss, you've got this game studio in Switzerland that is teaching Chinese and Japanese programmers the importance of body type A and body type B. Whereas where they learn how to do this, where it all started anyway, they are now trying to handcuff them and prevent them from just saying male or female. I don't know. Western gaming is going to collapse if this continues. You're going to see the end of EA's pretty much stayed out of it, but you're going to see the end of EA. You're going to see the BioWare. I'm just really disappointed that we have not learned our lesson. We fought for this. We fought for this in the late 90s and the early 2000s. We fought for artistic freedom, freedom of expression, freedom to see Miranda Lawson's ass in Mass Effect without it having to go to the Senate and have the government talk about how Mass Effect's a sex simulator.
Yeah, the thing, gaming, there's been all kinds of craziness going on. I don't know if you guys have heard of this Mecha Break.
Oh yeah.
Game with the sliders where you can do butt size. Like, literally, you can make these adjustments, like chest size, ass size, like all the stuff in the game. And the
Nick, mute the music. Mute the music.
You guys can hear that?
Yeah, we can hear that.
Music. We couldn't hear you, but we can hear the music. And I'm trying to focus on the jigglies.
Oh,
it's up at the top. There you go.
There we go. So, anyways, yeah. So you can basically adjust the ass jiggle effect size, the bust, like all this stuff, and people are on the left are going crazy over this. But this game has the most downloads and players on it for just the demo right now. Just the demo alone, because of all yeah. I mean, basically, everybody, all these Wokies are giving it attention by clapping back at it, like, oh, this is over sexualizing women, blah blah blah, all this and that, and the game's blowing up now.
And Nick is an
I actually
expert
got it.
because he downloaded it on my gaming PC late last night.
Yeah,
It's right
yeah.
there.
I actually downloaded the demo on Mike's gaming PC. I am gonna play it, test it
I
out
see some
sometime.
of the I see some of the tissues there as well, Mike.
Wait, what?
Oh,
The
oh
bottle
my! Oh
Loki.
no!
Oh no! Suddenly my camera doesn't work. What? Oh no! It doesn't work, Nate. Sorry. Wait.
But yeah,
Wait a minute, there's no tissues over there.
Ubisoft, they're one of the ones over there on well, I guess that would be considered Western also, because they're in Europe. But yeah, they're getting hammered. I can't wait to next month. Next month's going to be a glorious month for Ubisoft in Assassin's Creed Shadows, which the full game has already leaked. Like, people already have copies of the full game, and they're having to put disclaimers out there like, this isn't the full game, guys. We're still working on it. You're literally like
It's the
3 weeks away
1.0.
from,
It's
yeah,
the
you're literally
1.0 from
3 weeks
last
away
year.
from release.
They were going to release this last year, so this is the Gone Gold copy that was supposed to release last year. This doesn't have any of whatever they've been working on lately on it, but it's the original 1.0.
Yeah. But yeah, this stuff's been going on for a while. A lot of these games are already well into development, so we'll probably still get a lot of this crap. The
See
game
that Terminator? Did you see the T2 game?
Yeah, the Terminator T2 3D side scroller.
Yep.
That game looks awesome. I will actually buy that. And there's actually a collector's edition coming out for that. It's coming out on PC, Xbox, PS4, PS5. So yeah, that looks awesome. Nate's thoughts on all the current modern day gaming news going on out there right now, all this craziness?
I mean, it's tiring. I mean, they've speed run the Hollywood experience, and they're suffering the consequences. So
yeah,
it's dumb as hell, man. It's dumb as hell.
Yep, not wrong.
Nate, did you ever fancy yourself much of a gamer?
Nah, I like playing games every now and then, but it's not big on my agenda, to be honest. I play games every now and then for the channel and on the channel, but
the last one I saw was that Alien. What was it? Was it Alien Dissension or Descent, or what was the one? It's the overview top.
Alien Dark Descent.
Yeah, Dark Descent. Yeah.
Good game.
Yeah.
I like that game.
Yeah, it's all right. Not too bad. Not too bad. I prefer first person. I can't wait for Doom to come out. Doom the Dark Ages. That's going to be wicked.
Yeah. Mike, thoughts on all this?
Oh, hey, all I know, Mexican Iron Man is Team Jiggly and Team Kirby.
Yeah.
I'm most
They make them
excited
look
'cause
so real now.
Loki's gonna start doing the volleyball beach Japanese girl streams again, which, by the way, to this day is the best show he ever did. Way better than that stupid Tuesday morning show he did with that Mexican Iron guy. Screw that show. Let's get some beach volleyball Japanese jiggly action going.
Yeah. Zombie Box reviews. No chef, Nick. LOL. Yeah.
No, but we smell what the chef is cooking on Echo Base Network.
Yeah. He coaches at he's at school teaching right now. Well, he's just getting out now, and that's why unless it's summertime, he won't be on EBN casts or he's off work. But anyways, guys, that's our hour-long show. Thank you to everybody for all your support. Be sure you smash that like button on the way out of here. We can go around the room, let everybody tell you what they got coming up and going on. Nate, what do you got going on coming up here soon?
Well, Sunday I do a solo stream, so swing by there. Tuesdays and Thursdays we do the Hcast. It's a live podcast similar to this. Tune in then. But yeah, just normal bits and pieces, to be honest. Got a car channel as well, which I don't really talk about that much, but yeah, that's trundling along quite nicely. So I'm just looking forward to springtime. Warmer weather and sun.
Yeah. Oh, the last 2 days here in Hilton Head have been very, very extremely nice out. if I didn't have this show, me and Mike probably would be out on the golf course right now, playing some golf. But yeah, it's actually starting to warm up. Guys, definitely be sure to sub to Mr. H Reviews. Olaf put link to his channel in the chat here. You can see me and Culture, who's normally here on Fridays, who got tied up today, over there every Tuesday and Thursday as well. Mike, what do you got going on other than not being a YouTuber?
Nothing. I'm trying to like stay up on the news. Obviously, I suck at being a YouTuber. I'm glad I'm not one because I had no idea what the hell was going on today. That's why I'm not a YouTuber.
Yeah.
A lot. Yeah.
Yeah, Loki. Loki actually had some big news for his channel this week. You want to tell everybody what you got going on, Loki?
After 5 years of going live at 8 a.m. Monday through Friday, every week, every month, every year, that's done. We'll be live on Friday night. We'll be live Friday morning and Friday night. But unless I'm guessing, that's it. Pretty much the whole Loki's Mornings of Mischief, the morning show, the 5 days a week is over after 5 years. I know Mike's excited. He called me up immediately right away. He was like, congratulations. I was like, thank you so much.
So are you gonna start just doing regular content and videos?
Yes, I will.
Okay,
Awesome. We're gonna have probably 2 or 3 10 to 15 minute videos a day.
Okay,
So
awesome.
it frees me up in the morning, and I'm not burned out by the time I hit noon, 12 o'clock, because that's the way it's been a lot lately. And it's running, that getting up and doing that morning show takes, I mean, it's an hour every day, Monday through Friday for the last 5 years.
Yeah.
So I did better than I thought I would. I remember me and Mike's friend said I wouldn't be able to. He's like, you won't last a month, dude. Don't do it. Don't do 5 days a week. And 5 years later, I'm finally going, you know what? I believe you. I've got other things I've got to worry about and take care of. And I've loved the morning show. I love the crew we got. Leia Rose is in chat. She's always there. A bunch of people have always been there. Got emotional, but we'll still be here. We'll still have Arwen and Day Bob on Fridays. It's just the rest of the week is open now. More time to fit things in. And I mean, I'm doing counseling, I'm doing editing, I'm freelancing, and I'm doing YouTube. So it takes a big chunk off of the mornings for me.
Yeah.
So I'm happy. I am at a happy place with it.
Yeah, great news. Great to hear that you are moving on. I've always thought you should do more content. And so, yeah, I'm glad that you're freeing that up where you don't got to get up every morning. Now you actually be able to start putting videos out. I know Nate, he's very consistent. Unlike us here on EchoBase Network, on getting videos out daily. Me and Coach are not consistent at all. But once I get back and he kind of gets past this new phase of his new job, we'll start getting back on a regular schedule. But thank you guys for all your support here, your super chats. This video is for all of you. Such a great movie. As we always say here, guys, you are EchoBase Network. Until the next one, we'll see y'all later, I guess.
That's it.